You are now listening to the following program on the Mixkill Media Network.
In a world that seems upside down, there is a man who uses his opinion as a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin McTaggart is this man, and this is the McTaggart Attack Podcast. Let's go.
Hello, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack Podcast. My name is Kevin McTaggart, and I am the host of this podcast. Why wouldn't someone named McTaggart be host of the McTaggart Attack Podcast? That just is, that makes sense. That's just logical. My name wouldn't be, my last name was Koworski or something ridiculous like that. I wouldn't be the host of the McTaggart Attack Podcast. It's just dumb. Gee. It's called the McTaggart Attack Podcast thanks to fellow comedian and friend. Dare I say friend? I think we're friends. We're friends, right, Ryan? You can't answer right now because I'm just here by myself in my room doing my podcast. But Ryan Kenyon's the one that came up with the hashtag McTaggart Attack. So I just thought when I was going to come up with a name for a podcast, I'm like, that's the only one that came to mind. That's the only one that made sense. It's the only one that made sense. So yeah, I am the host of the McTaggart Attack Podcast. This is episode 14. Yeah. Out of that 13 crap, maybe I do have triskaidekaphobia. Maybe. It's a good chance. Yep, the McTaggart Attack broadcast is unleashed to the masses by the lovely people who run the Mixkill Media Network. Max and GW are lovely guys who do a lovely job running their lovely podcast network. So follow them on Twitter, look them up on Facebook. Mixkill Media Network. That's right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's just a word. Get the fuck over it. Seriously. I'm such an asshole. Anyway. And the podcast is also unofficially sponsored by the Get Kevin the Fuck Out of His Parents' House Fund. If anybody wants to contribute to the Get Kevin the Fuck Out of His Parents' House Fund, please let me know. I will do anything for money. Anything for money. If Donald Trump had offered me money to vote for him, I would have voted for him. That's how much. That's the lengths I'm willing to go to. Do you understand? I don't think you understand. I hope you understand. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's move on to other things. Let's see. The NFL Conference Championships are this weekend. The Steelers are playing the Patriots Sunday night, and then Sunday afternoon, I forgot. The Packers are traveling to Atlanta to play the Atlanta Falcons, obviously. Why would they travel to Atlanta if they weren't playing the Atlanta Falcons? That just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So, I announced those reverse. I don't know. I had a hard time figuring out which four were playing, but I know who's playing. They should be some interesting games. I'm not really sure who's gonna. I think New England's gonna beat the Steelers. It makes sense that they would, but lots of things make sense and don't actually happen. For instance, Donald Trump is getting inaugurated on Friday, or he's been inaugurated since this podcast is coming out after his inauguration. So anything can happen. So yeah. Anyway, I didn't want to talk about that yet. I'll talk about that in a minute. A couple minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I guess I should do predictions for the conference championship this weekend, since this podcast will be out on Saturday and the conference championship games are on Sunday. So it's the official McTaggart Attack Podcast stance that Green Bay will be facing New England in the Super Bowl. That's right. Those are my two picks, Green Bay and New England. We'll see how those go, because my predictions are stellar on this podcast, as you know. They're not really that good. I think I fucked up the national championship game now that I think about it. I think I was expecting that to be Alabama and Ohio State, with Alabama winning, and then it turned out to be Alabama versus Clemson, with Clemson winning. Oh, fuck. I'm going to look forward to watching my Florida State Seminoles trounce them next year, though. That'll be fun. But anyway, yeah, my predictions suck. But those are my predictions for who will face who in the Super Bowl. Packers versus Patriots. You've heard it here for the umpteenth time somewhere. I'm sure you've heard it at other places, but you're hearing it. The official McTaggart Attack Podcast prediction is Packers versus Patriots in the Super Bowl, which would mean that they would win on Sunday. So, yeah. I don't know how much they'll win by. I don't care. I don't do score predictions. Score predictions are dumb. I'm just going to pick who I think is going to win, with no real statistical reasoning at all whatsoever. I'm just going to tell you who I think will win those games and head to the Super Bowl. I alluded to it a few minutes ago. I'm assuming. I'm guessing that, this podcast will be released on Saturday, the 21st of January. Little trepidatious here. I don't really know what's going to happen, because I'm recording it on Thursday and the 19th, and tomorrow is Friday the 20th, and the inauguration's tomorrow afternoon. So I don't know I'm assuming episode 14 is going to get released. So, yeah, meaning that Trump is president as you're hearing this, I think. I don't know. I'm still hoping for Andy Kaufman to pop out of the Trump costume and be like, hey, I'm not dead, and we can let Bernie Sanders be president or something. That's really all I'm hoping for right now. Is that what's gonna happen? I guess Trump will be president. Unfortunately, we'll see how that goes. I don't think it will go well. You gotta have some semblance of hope. My thinking is, I know I'm talking about Trump again on my podcast, but it's my podcast and I can talk about whatever the hell I want, so I don't really care what anybody else thinks. So there. Poncho. What? Who's Poncho? Who are you calling names, Kevin? Nobody. Who are you talking to? Myself. So yeah, the Trump thing. It'll be President Trump. Hasn't the first 24 hours, 36 hours, however long it's been glorious. He made America great again. He's making America great again. That's going to be so wonderful to see America great again, when I didn't think we stopped being great in the first place. But apparently, according to staunchy racist white people, we need to be great again. So, yeah. Fucking great. Grady, great. I'm not looking. I don't know. I'm not going to watch the inauguration tomorrow. I may watch it on, I'm sure it'll be on all the networks this weekend. So I may watch it. I don't know. We'll see. If I feel like I want to vomit, I might watch the Trump inauguration speech. We'll see. It's on a Friday. Has it always been on a Friday? It's been a different day. I think it's always January 20th. Am I right about that? Somebody look. Research department, check that out. Oh wait, there is no research department. It's just me. Just me. Okay, yeah, so... I don't know. We're all in this together, people. We can... Well, it'll be fine. It won't be fine. It's gonna suck, but... It'll suck for all of us. And that'll be okay. It won't be okay, but you know what I mean. We're just talking. Let's see. The Baseball Hall of Fame inductions were announced. It's really should have looked that up before I was going to talk about it. I wrote down Baseball Hall of Fame to tell you the 3 people who are in the Hall of Fame now, and I can't remember. I remember 2 of them. Jeff Bagwell, Ivan Rodriguez, and Tim Raines. That's it. Got it. Ha. Who needs research? Yeah, so they're in the Hall of Fame. Just think about them real quick. Do I think they're all Hall of Famers? Yeah. Sure. I guess so. I mean, I think, yeah, I don't know. That's the official stance on the 3 Hall of Famers inducted into the baseball. Who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this summer? Yeah, I guess so. The official McTaggart Attack response about the Baseball Hall of Famers. I mean, they're all great. They were all great players. They're all good players. I can't really call them great, but I mean, seriously, you can't put everybody in the Hall of Fame. You can't. You know who should have gone into the Hall of Fame? Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. And Curt Schilling. Those 3 should be in the Hall of Fame. And I feel like, according to looking at the votes, it looks like Bonds and Clemens will be in the Hall of Fame within the next year or so, but Schilling should be in the Hall of Fame too. Sure, his opinions on politics are nothing that I would agree with. Sure, he's a bit of a bully on social media, but I mean, you can't look at what he's at that aspect of it. That's just silly. You have to look at the man's career, and he had a Hall of Fame career. Curt Schilling should be in the Hall of Fame. He may or may not be a Hall of Fame human being. I don't know. I don't know him. I just know him as a player, and I think he's a Hall of Famer. He passes the McTaggart Attack McTaggart Attack Podcast test for being in the Hall of Fame. So he should be. He should be. I have no problem with that. He should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. It's just ridiculous. They look at other stuff. Well, Pete Rose, on the other hand, I think with Pete Rose, they need to induct him after he's passed away. And that way they can say, oh, hey, the lifetime ban is over because his life is over, so let's induct him into the Hall of Fame posthumously. That's what they should do. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, I think. Pete Rose will be, at some point after he's deceased. I don't want him to die, but I'm just saying that's my theory on Pete Rose getting into the Hall of Fame. He would have to be dead first before they inducted him. I think that's what it was. I think that's what they'll do. He's not going to get inducted while he's still alive. He'll get inducted after he's deceased. After he's passed away. But what if he fakes his death? Ooh. That's what Pete Rose should do. He should fake his death. Then they'll induct him into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And then he can just enjoy the last few years of his life and be like, wow, that's great. Or he could change his name to, he could be Pete Rose's twin brother. What's a good twin name for Pete? Mark Rose. Mark Rose. He could be Mark Rose. Pete's long-lost, identical twin brother who looks exactly like him in every way. Mark Rose. That's right. Or something. I don't know. Let's see. So, yeah. What else should I talk about? Oh, more Hall of Fame stuff. The WWE announced their first inductee into their Hall of Fame this year at WrestleMania. It'll be Kurt Angle. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good choice. He's definitely had a Hall of Fame career, in my opinion. I hope he wrestles some matches. I hope he stays active. He can just be an active Hall of Famer. Have a match every now and then. I think that would be cool. I think he certainly has some life in him still, right? I think he's not retiring anytime soon, is he? Anybody know? Who am I talking to? I don't even know. There's nobody here. I hear voices in my head like Randy Orton. I don't hear voices, though. I'm just talking, and nobody's answering back. So it's like the opposite of Randy Orton, I guess. I'm the anti-Viper. That was awful, Kevin. You should use that on stage, though. It's pretty good, along with the other stuff you said earlier. But I can't remember it. I guess I'll have to actually listen to this podcast to get what my material should be. Yeah. Let's see. Another thing I want to talk about. I need to preface this by saying that I'm very happy with my coworkers. I have no issues with my coworkers at all whatsoever. I think they're all nice people, and my bosses are nice and stuff. But I just have to admit that, like, work just gets frustrating. Like, I'll have some frustrating days where it's just, I feel like I'm a failure and I don't do anything right. And then it almost makes me want to cry, to be honest with you. I feel like I can be honest with you and telling you that I feel like I want to cry sometimes at work, and it's just. And then those days, are followed by days that make me feel good, that I feel better and stuff like that. But then the bad days come back. It's like, I just want there to all be good or average days. I don't want to come to work and feel like I want to cry. No one should have to do that. So I think I'm going to look for something new. This is a game I like to call, does anybody actually listen to Kevin McTaggart's podcast? I don't think they do, so it'll be fine. But I'm not going to mention where I work, though. People who know me know where I work, but I'm not going to. I can tell you privately. I'm not going to tell you over my podcast. That's just stupid. But I do love my coworkers. Work gets really frustrating sometimes, and I don't know how to deal with that. And I'm torn. I don't want to disappoint people at work and leave, but at some point, I also don't want to upset myself, and I feel like I'm upsetting myself by sticking around. And I don't think I want to stick around anymore at work. It's sad, but I mean, I'm sad that it's happened. I'm sad that it's become like that. It's upsetting. Very upsetting. Don't know what to do about that. I wish I knew what to do, but I think about leaving, but what the hell am I going to do? I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. What type of job should I look for? I'm sick and tired of, sitting in front of a damn computer all day. I want to do something where, I'm on my feet or just interacting more with people, and I'm I got my haircut today at my favorite place to get my haircut. Jen Molina, my favorite hairstylist at Just Paradise, off of exit 18 on 89 in their new wonderful building. It's a yellow house that they took over. It's Just Paradise. It's a great place. You should get your haircut there. There, I had to talk about one haircut place in my podcast today. I just missed it. We've lost a sponsor, so I had to talk, I don't know. I'm also thinking this podcast might go longer than usual. So Max might be a little and I might go over 30 minutes today. But anyway, I'm back to what my hairstylist Jen Molina told me, hairstylist and friend. She thinks I would make a good car salesman. I don't know. Maybe I would be. Maybe I should try it. It would have me interact with people. I love talking to people. I love making people laugh. I think I'd make a pretty good car salesman. I should try it. I think I might try it, or I might not try it. I don't know. Do you think I should try it? Let me know. Send me a message. Tell me tell me what jobs you think I would be good at. I've been told bartender and car salesman so far. I don't think I want to be a bartender, though. I'd be afraid I would drop stuff. Plus, I don't really drink anymore. I don't drink anymore. I'm thinking going back to it, though, actually. I don't know. We'll see. In moderation, whatever the hell I have to figure out what moderation means. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know. That's a conversation for another time. Whatever. Yeah, we're just rambling and talking and all that stupid shit. But yeah, car salesman, I think that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. Does anyone else have any suggestions? Let me know. I'll tell you how to let me know later on in the podcast. But yeah, I think I could be a car. Car salesmen have a bad stigma, but I think I would do a good job at it. I've bought cars from car salesmen a lot, and I've never thought about this, but I've actually have thought that I could do that. I think I could do that. I think I could do that really well. I would make money, and I would be able to contribute more to the Get Kevin the Fuck Out of His Parents' House fund. This has been an enlightening chat that I've had with myself that other people can hear me talk about. Yeah. Alright, moving on to other topics. What other topics were there? Oh, actually, we're kind of towards the end. I just realized that. Alright, the past couple weeks, comedy-wise, it's been fun. I've had some great shows. I had a great show at the Middlebury Marquee Theater with a bunch of my favorite comics and Kevin Ryan. Just kidding, Kevin Ryan. You're one of my favorites too. I love your poop the bed joke. That's wonderful. It's my favorite joke of yours. But yeah, I was in a show with him, Ryan Kenyon, G.W. Foley, Mecca Blaze. I can never figure out what he actually wants to be introduced as. I should ask him one day if I ever have a show and I have to introduce him. And Pierre Vachon, my favorite professional wrestler / comedian. He's a good guy. He puts on a great show. He's one of the people that I would figuratively walk through fire with. For if he's, hey, I want to put you in a show, come to it. I've actually turned him down a few times due to being busy with other stuff. But if I'm free, he's one of my people. The people that I would walk through fire with. I always enjoy it. He does a great job putting on shows in Middlebury, and I may go to Middlebury a lot more. G.W. Foley is another guy who does a great job. I'll always be in his shows whenever he asks me. And sometimes I'll show up at the show and he'll put me in it, which is wonderful. I don't ask for him to do it. He asks me. It's fine. But he's a great guy, and he's a good friend, and I'm glad that we're friends. And Mecca, who I referred to, his Totally Inappropriate show, or I think there's Laugh-A-Mania coming up in April. I don't know where it is yet, but it's a wrestling-themed comedy show or something like that. I'll talk about it more at some point. And who else was in that show? Travis Steele from Albany, New York. I think he's from Albany. He's from New York. He's still a good guy, though, even though he's from New York. I'm not saying I hate New York. I'm a Red Sox fan. I have to hate the Yankees in all sport. Yeah. Anyway, they all did a great job. I think I left someone out. Ryan Kenyon. # FU Ryan Kenyon. Let's get that trending on social media, please. I think those were the 6 guys. But yeah, that was a great show. I had a great show. Also, a few weeks before that at the Marquee Theater again for the New Year's Eve that my friend Reggie Britton put together. See, what else was I? I'm in the Snowplow Comedy Competition. It's a weekly competition. It's a 10-week competition. If you win one of the weeks, you make it to the 11th week. That's the championship week, the finals week on March 1st. It's at the Outback Pizza in Killington, Vermont. That's every Wednesday until the finals, March 1st. So I've been going there almost every Wednesday. Still haven't won yet. Don't have much chances left. I've lost hope, but I'm still going. I have to win. I have to win soon. I better win soon. If I don't win, I don't care. It's fine. That way I can still be the hardcore comedy champion and say I'm the hardcore comedy champion because I've lost in most comedy competitions, so I had to make my own belt. Let's see. So yeah, there's that. I actually ran out of stuff to talk. I didn't run out of stuff to talk about, but I'm talking about that. Upcoming shows. I'm gonna be in. Well, on Monday the 23rd, I'll be in the Comedy and Crepes show, weather permitting, up in Burlington at the Skinny Pancake. I think there's supposed to be shitty weather on Monday. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna try to get up there though. See what happens. I hate driving in bad weather. Sucks. So I'll be in that. I think I lied about this podcast going over 30 minutes. It's going to go about 30 minutes. I ran out of stuff to talk about. I talked about everything I was going to talk about, I think. Let me scan over everything. Yep. It's just me saying yep now. That's all it is. So yeah, upcoming shows. Yeah. Okay. Let's not forget to, oh, here's one thing I was going to talk about shilling. Let's go back to shilling for a minute. Alright? Like, we need to stop vilifying people because of their opinions. We live in America. I'm not saying we need to accept opinions, but it's like we need to just accept the idea that other people are going to have different opinions than ours, and that's okay. However wrong we think they are, they can still have those opinions. And we shouldn't vilify anyone for their opinions. I mean, you can hate their opinions. I guess so you can vilify them, but it's like it's just people's opinions. It's just people's thoughts. You shouldn't be afraid to express your opinion. And Kurt Schilling is clearly not afraid to express his opinion. And I don't agree with him at all. But I agree with his ability that he should be able to express his opinion. And we need to be more accepting of other people's opinions, no matter how wrong we think those opinions are. Because we live in America. Even after January 20th, and people think it's going to be the end of the world, and those people are full of shit, because it's not going to be the end of the world. The world's... You can open up the freaking window, and the sun will still be shining, and we'll get through these 4 to 8 years of the Trump presidency. Who knows how long it's going to last. But we're in this together, people. We can do this. We'll be fine. We'll just... Get your head up. Don't be depressed. And don't let Trump get away with anything. Be vociferous. Vociferous? Is that even a word? I don't even know. I've said enough about that. I'll talk about more next week on my podcast. Episode 15. Yeah, I love anything divisible by 5. But I loved this episode too. Don't forget to look up the McTaggart Attack Podcast on Facebook. The Facebook page has 100 likes now. Let's get 2,000. Not 200. No, I said that right. 2,000. Let's get 2,000 likes. Come on. Like my page on Facebook. I was at a show. The last show I was at in Middlebury. A woman asked about, where can I find your podcast? I'm like, I told them. Told them where to find it. look it up on the Facebook. I share the links to my episodes all the time. And feel free to contact me through that Facebook page. Also, you can contact me on Twitter. I have over 35,000 followers. You can be one of them. It's at KevMcT, KEVMCT. It's one of the easiest Twitter handles on Twitter, I think. So look that up. And I try to be funny on that. I usually am. Sometimes I get personal. Whatever. But look me up there, like all my tweets, and make me feel good about myself, because I have low self-esteem. And I want to hate my job. And I hate my job. I mean, I don't want to hate my job. I hope I don't someday. But I mean, I just feel like I need to do something else. I don't know. I'm so torn on that topic. I'll talk about it again. Probably. Alright, this has been the McTaggart Attack Podcast, episode 14. My name is still Kevin McTaggart. Talk to you all next time, or actually, no, you'll hear me talk next time. I'm not going to talk with anybody. I don't have guests on this podcast. You know what I mean? So, see you later? No, that's not a good way to end a podcast either. So long, or thank you for listening? Thank you for listening. There we go. That's what we'll say. Thank you for listening. Unless you didn't listen, then you're a jerk. And you know who I'm talking to. Anybody who's not listening, that's who I'm talking to, you dumbass. Alright, that's all I've got. I'm done. I went over 30 minutes. Woo.